Hello and welcome to ThePrint. And I'm sitting with a cast of a show that has taken everyone by storm by now. And everybody's waiting to see what is the new crime that's been committed in Delhi and what is this amazing team going to do. So I'll start with you, Shefali, first. I think everybody's relieved that you've tested negative and you could do this in person.
I am so relieved.
So Shefali, how does it feel now to take on the first season? Of course, we saw it was brilliant. It has won award. It has reached into every nook and cranny of India, I think. Like for now, when somebody says crime show, I think Delhi crime just tops the list by now. So how does it feel to be back as Vartika and solving a new crime?
It feels amazing. And it's a sense of pride that Delhi crime brings with it. And that pride continues. It was in Delhi crime 1, it continues in Delhi crime 2. And I am very, very excited. And I'm just so proud to be a part of this. And I can't wait for the 26th where we share it with the world. I can't wait.
We also can't wait. I think I've watched one episode already. So it's for me, it's I think even worse because now I'm like, I've already watched one. Now what do I do? How do I wait? Tanuj, you've joined in and so actually I wanted to know what are the steps that you've taken to ensure that the crime does not become a source of voyeurism for the audience, because often that happens for crime shows. It becomes a sense of voyeurism. You know, the audience is watching it for the thrill rather than the layers of what makes somebody commit a crime. So how did you sort of go about that process?
That's a fantastic question because it's something to think about a lot. Obviously, Delhi crime is season 1 they never show the crime, and part of it, what we do is we don't show the crime itself. We see the results and which are taken from crime scene photos. We're not showing anything that isn't real, and the audience has to kind of do some of that work. But the other way we deal with that is we focus on our characters. We focus on the emotional lives of our characters. What's Bhupi going through? What's Vartika going through? What's Niti going through? This kind of absorption in their personalities gets you into the human drama more than seeing sensational, crime pieces. The crime itself, obviously is playing for the viewer, but it's really the time we spend with our actors and in their emotional spaces that offset that fear of voyeurism.
Okay. Rajesh ji, your character comes as a very, let's say I have also spent like some time in Delhi by now, and I think we all have an impression of Delhi male cops. I think it's just there for whatever reason it's there, and your character come across as very different from what we are probably used to. So could you just tell us something about how, what did it take, what kind of research did it take into play somebody who becomes in a way the male face for a lot of us viewers when you're watching it, okay, this is the part of Delhi police that probably sometimes we don't get to see.
एज एन एक्टर मैंने बहुत सारे पहले कॉप के या आर्मी के कैरेक्टर्स किए हैं, तो हमेशा मुझे यही लगता था कि ये सिर्फ कॉप है और उसकी अपनी पर्सनल लाइफ नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं है. तो वो एक्सप्लोर करने का मौका मिला डेफिनेटली इसमें. और फर्स्ट सीजन में क्योंकि इट वाज बेस्ड ऑन लार्जली ऑन अ सिंगल पर्सन एंड आई मेट हिम, तो उनको देख के भी कैरेक्टर को बनाने की रहा. हालांकि मतलब पूरा उन पे बेस्ड नहीं है, बट लार्जली एक उन पे है. और सेकंड सीजन तक आते आते क्या कहना चाहिए कि आई लॉस्ट द ट्रैक, सॉरी. हाँ, मतलब आपका सवाल यही था. एक बार फिर से बताइए क्या सवाल था.
आई थिंक मैं बस यही जानना चाह रही थी कि किस टाइप का, मतलब आपने जैसे अभी बताया अभी कि एक इंसान पे जब बेस होता है कहीं ना कहीं, यू हैव इंटरेक्शन विद दैट पर्सन, सो यू लर्न. तो अभी वो इवॉल्व होगा, राइट? एक दूसरा सीजन आ गया है, वो कैरेक्टर अब अभी आपने बोला कि अब वो वन पर्सन पे बेस नहीं है, अब उसका एवोल्यूशन भी होगा. तो वो एवोल्यूशन का प्रोसेस कैसा था आपके लिए?
मैं खुद भी दिल्ली का रहने वाला हूँ, ये पॉइंट कहना चाह रहा था.
अच्छा.
और दिल्ली के सारे पुलिस की जो इमेज है या जैसे देखा है मैंने भी उसको, लेकिन मैंने क्राइम पे काम किया पहले. आई यूज्ड टू डायरेक्ट इंडियाज मोस्ट वांटेड,
राइट.
तो मैं दिल्ली पुलिस वालों के साथ बहुत रहा हूँ, तो मैं आई न्यू द अदर फेस ऑफ देम आल्सो. सो आई वो वाला जो मैन ह्यूमन बिहाइंड द यूनिफॉर्म है, उसको पकड़ने की कोशिश की है. I think इस पूरा शो ही उसी पे है एक तरह से. उसका soul of the show is like this.
I'm just carrying forward from that personal element bit that Sir just said. Rasika, you play a character who's ambitious, who's trying to make her way, but you have issues like, okay, somebody has taken the car, but you need to reach the crime scene on time. And there's basically that struggle where you want to spend time with your, husband, you want to be that nice daughter-in-law, but you also want to be somebody who's successful in your career. So how was it portraying that kind of a role where you have to remain human? आप जब आते हैं शिवाल जी, आप like in the first episode basically she's late already, but you're the one who tells her like she'll look after you. Victim's a daughter, you're the one like she's going to talk. So we also see you as again another face of Delhi police, probably the one that's the more, for the lack of better word right now, I think I would say the nurturing bit, the one who's sitting down with you, so that this other person can process the trauma that has been given in the form of the news that the parents have been murdered brutally. So how was it like? What has gone into your role there, and that whole process of becoming this whole person is what I was basically going for, like this whole character with all of the layers.
So I've spent some time with police officers for my research for season 1 and for season 2. And I think one thing that struck me was the sensitivity with which they deal with the person coming to them. At least the police officer who I was following. So there is making the other person almost aware that the implications of what they're going to do. I remember somebody had come to the police officer I had gone to, and she really sat and discussed the implications that this case would have on him because he was a sports person and how it would affect his travel. And I was kind of moved by that. I was like, she's able to think of this, and she's really trying to sort of give the best advice, which is not in directly her job to do this, but she's going out of her way to do that. And as a civilian, without having spent this time at the police station, I had not looked at police officers like that at all. We tend to look at them with a lot of suspicion, and for good reason. There are reasons for those as well, but there is this side also which the script very beautifully brings out, and also the research work had pointed to. As far as Neeti Singh in season 2 is concerned, like you said, she's really struggling to navigate her personal and professional life, and often not managing to do what she wants to do with both. So that is something that I think I've seen in women I've grown up with. They've really tried to manage both, and really felt the responsibility of having to manage both. And so it's not something which is new to us. I think this is the part of the story that resonated with me a lot because I see it around me all the time.
Right. So this is again for the two women of the show, because so I actually watched another Netflix show which is called Unbelievable, which is a short mini series, and I just had to say that I was reminded of the duo working through all of their personal life, whatever was going on, and then bringing it. And I feel like that's for the Indian audience here, that's been both of you for us, I think, for the first season and now for the second season.
What a beautiful comparison. I'd never thought of it. Chalo, next time I'll use this.
No, we actually were referencing, and we were referencing that movie quite a bit.
Okay.
That
See, now I'm
series.
finding out new things about our own show.
Sure.
So I wanted to look, how was, I know this probably is a question that you heard a lot from the first season's interviews to probably even now, but what was it to become the boss woman? But again, I think when we say boss women, we also have certain stereotypes in mind, that you have to be probably just unnecessarily aggressive, that you have to really show people their place, something along those lines, right? Like there's a general perception. But both of your characters actually defy those stereotypes immediately. There is this constant gentleness, and the power probably emanates even for both of your characters, especially for yours, because you're heading and you're negotiating a lot of things. You're negotiating the media, us in a way, because somebody's clicking, there's a scene where somebody's clicking a picture and you're like, okay, somebody's clicking a picture, you need to. So that leadership position that you have, so I wanted both of you to say how was it leading that and yet managing to not fall into the trap of stereotypes where you have to show that kind of aggression or that kind of oh, I'm there, you have to listen to me. The madam sir that everybody else is saying comes from a place of genuine respect. Like, that tone that's there when somebody says madam sir, even for you, I think anybody who watches the show will say that, oh, it comes from this place. There's no reluctance, but there's also not it's very organic is what I'm going for. So, just tell us about the boss woman role that both of you actually playing.
So, well, when you have power, you don't need to scream from rooftops. Also, I think to get a point across, in fact, the calmer you do it, the more strongly you'll be able to get it across. What you said is absolutely right. There is no machoism in who they are. They're very comfortable in their own space. They're their own people. And I genuinely believe that there's a lot of strength in vulnerability. So to be able, the fact that Vartika can do what she does is because there is a very, very vulnerable side to her. But she can also demarcate and say, okay, this is what I'm feeling, but this is what is required of me. And yes, it's about handling a team. It's about, so it's not just about, she knows the strengths of all these people as professionals, and she also knows them as people. She knows what she can throw at Bhupi, she knows what she can throw at Niti. Like even in 1 and in 2, she wants Niti to handle the victim in a certain way. She wants her to take care of it. She knows the strength that everyone brings to the table. At the same time, she also understands, which I think I wouldn't call it manipulation. I think it's just, there's just some things we do understand, which is like, if it's going to take for me to talk to this human being nicely and get my job done, to hell with it. It doesn't matter if I can't stand this person, but abhi gade ko bhi baap banana padta hai, to ye kaam karwa lo. And I think that's her whole attitude. She's not interested in, it's just like, listen guys, we have a situation, let's solve it. And she's very bare about it. There's no pretense to Vartika. The only thing is that she might want to kill somebody, she just chooses not to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hopefully not the director.
Not no.
So what was it for you, Tanuj, working with a cast like this? Like this is, I would say, this would be so much of a dream cast and then also a dream season, I would say, because it is already riding on the popularity of a very successful first season. And it's not just, people like us writing reviews saying, oh, brilliant performance. It's also audience coming out and saying, oh, we did not think of, like I said, Delhi police is like this. We did not think of the fact that crime show can be like this. It can be so sensitive. So how was it coming into it? How was the process for you like to immerse yourself and to work with a cast like this?
I mean, it's easy. I just say action and cut and let them. They're so good. I try to persuade and coax, but I don't even think I direct sometimes. I try to lead them to things they need to know, but it's marvelous. You can sit back and watch the screen and I have to catch myself and make sure I'm not just getting drawn in fully to the performance. It is a dream situation. People talk about the pressure on the show, but what a lucky thing to inherit is these characters with these actors put together already. I'm more excited about where the show can go and what it can be versus whatever little pressure people feel in the moment.
Very well said. What a beautiful thing to say.
Rajesh जी, आपने अभी बताया था आपके previous answer में कि you've been associated with a crime show before and then you're playing a character in this. तो I think you would be the best person to tell us आपको क्या लगता है क्या evolution हुआ है crime show का अगर कोई हुआ है तो आपके हिसाब से क्योंकि पहले I was just thinking about this that when I watched the first episode I was like when you say that this is this particular gang and that at one moment जब आप ही का character बोलता है कि they are putting oil and I remember that when I was younger I have watched something like this on TV and I was trying to place it like which show did I watch it from. So, you've just said, so I'm very curious to know कि आपका क्या perception है कि क्या change हुआ है, क्या evolution हुआ है?
Season 1 to season 2?
No. जैसे आपने बोला था आपने crime show पे पहले Most Wanted पे आपने काम किया है, and now Delhi crime आता है, like इतने time there's a gap. Also there was TV, this is OTT. Obviously it's also a different platform altogether. तो मुझे आपसे जानना था, like I was just curious to know कि आपको क्या लगता है कि क्या evolution रहा है उसका?
देखिए
crime show का.
आप जो पहली बात आपने कही कि जो शुरू ही आपने किया था वॉयरिस्टिक हो जाता है,
Right.
का डर
जी,
रहता है, डेफिनेटली ये नहीं है इस शो में कहीं पे भी कोई मैनिपुलेट करने की कोशिश नहीं की गई है. शूट उसको इस तरीके से करने की कोशिश है पूरी कि आप देख रहे हैं कहीं छिपके. ऐसा नहीं है कि टिपिकल शॉट्स से जो ड्रामा बनाते हैं, ये तो एक उस तरह का मुझे लगता है. और बाकी ज़्यादातर क्राइम और क्रिमिनल को आप बुराई जल्दी अट्रैक्ट करती है ना.
जी,
तो
बिल्कुल.
क्राइम और क्रिमिनल बड़ी जल्दी हाईलाइट हो जाते हैं ना. उनको इतना ज़्यादा नहीं दिखाया गया है उस रूप में. उनकी क्राइम को कम दिखाया गया है. उनकी क्राइम की वजह क्या हो सकती है, इस पे ज़्यादा बातचीत है.
जी.
और पुलिस सिर्फ सुपर कॉप्स या करप्ट कॉप्स नहीं है, और वो लोग ह्यूमंस की तरह से हैं. तो आई थिंक ये बात क्राइम शोज से काफ़ी अलग मुझे ही खासियत लगती है दिल्ली क्राइम की.
Okay. Just the last question to all the three of you, the characters that you play, any specific quality or attribute that you have taken from there, like of the 2 seasons that you would like to have, or something that you've learned very closely from it?
Wow, I don't know. Start now.
I've not learnt, but revisited maybe. I like to. Neeti does remind me of myself in my college days, and I like to be as naive and sincere as that. and you know, I could do with less of how jaded I am today.
नहीं, हम लोग जैसे कभी भी कोई नॉवेल पढ़ते हैं या कोई फिल्म देखते हैं तो उन कैरेक्टर्स को आप जानने लगते हैं और उनसे कुछ लेते हैं. अक्सर इवन कोई पढ़ने पे भी आप कुछ ना कुछ किसी कैरेक्टर का ले लेते हैं, और एक्टर के तौर पे तो उससे गुजरना होता है. तो डेफिनेटली कुछ कुछ चीज़ें आप कैरेक्टर को देते भी हैं, अपनी कुछ आदतें, अपने कुछ और कुछ लेते भी हैं. तो भूपेंद्र का मुझे लगता है कि अगर मैं ले पाऊँ ठीक से, उसका पेशेंस, उसका ऑब्जर्वेशन, ये 2 चीज़ें अगर मैं वैसी बना पाऊँ अपने अंदर.
Now you have to say.
I have no character in the show. But I don't know how to answer the question.
What can I take back from Madam Sir? There is a lot. But in a certain way, I also feel I'm very similar to her. But yeah, very, very similar to her. Maybe the managerial quality. I am even more transparent. So my level of no nonsense is on another level. You know, I don't. Sometimes I forget, एक minute, there is a way of maneuvering this. You're not supposed to just tell them the way it is. Zara shanti se, pyar se. It's like that. Like, if I don't like someone, or, you know, I actually, like, I zone out. I leave. And it's not, I'm not being rude. It's just that I feel that I can't contribute to what you're saying and vice versa. So, that's it. Yeah.
Thank you so much for talking to me. This is I think I've been waiting for this interview like ever since I was contacted. So this is like my personal fan moment as well.
Thank
to be able to talk to all of you. So thank you. And I hope you guys loved the interview, because I am absolutely happy to be here doing this. And best of luck for the show. I mean, I don't think I even need to say it, but yes, best of luck for the show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.